Alrighty. Okay. All right. Today we're gonna take a look at chord intervals. I think there might be a link there where you can download the PDF if you want to follow along. But or I could share my screen and you can follow along. Let me just share my screen real quick. All right, so I hope you can see what's on your screen in front of you. It's the 1-5-7-3 interval, where obviously the 1 is the root. You're going to play the 5, the 3, and the 7, and you're going to play that modally, like we were talking about when I was using the ukulele. And this one is in the key of G. Obviously, you can play it in whichever key you want. If you're playing a 4-string bass, you can play it in the key of G in a lower register, clearly. 5-string, 6, 7, doesn't matter, all right? So let's go. So with this one, the shape, as you can see, can you see that shape? So the shape is the 1-5-7-3. And if you go up modally, as you can see, it's now a bar chord. And we keep going up. Try that again. Hope you're playing along with me. Wow, I need to practice this. So that's the 1-5-7-3. So with that interval, obviously you can use that and play whatever you want, really, in terms of a song. Right? So you can play all kinds of melodies with that, because it's like playing a 10th, right? Obviously with the 5 and the 7 in the middle there. All right, let's move on to the next interval. This next interval, you're gonna need a 5-string to play this one, because we're gonna skip a string, and this one is the 1-7-3-5, and we're in the key of D. You can play whichever key you want, depending on the bass that you're playing. So the shape would look like this. If you notice, it's similar to the first one, but only thing, we are skipping that string, so it's a nice spread. So the good thing about this is that you kind of have this nice deep bass note. So you can do stuff like that, where you can move like a 1-5 kind of bass line, so you can do like a solo bass vibe. So that's a 1-7-3-5. Very useful. So it's nice. The good thing about learning this interval is that you can combine the first interval, which is the 1-5-3-7, and you can combine it with the 1-7-3-5. So something like this. right? So if you notice, I pretty much stay within the same region using those two intervals. So right away, you know you've learned literally 20 different positions already in one sitting just by doing this exercise. Let's move on to the next one. This one's called the 3-7-1-5. If you notice, we're not playing that root anymore, at least not in the low end. So 3, 7, and then 1, and then the 5. So a good thing about this, now we can spread out our melodies. So let's see what this looks like. And it's played in the key of G. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go again. Oh, wow. Okay, here's the fingering. I need to eat my dinner now. This fingering is very reminiscent of when you're playing a ukulele. You'll see this kind of fingering, but the good thing is the sound of it. So we're in the key of G. So this exercise, we're literally playing. You're not even hearing the one per se because it would normally be on the low end. But the good thing is just the quality of the note. So you can see right away, just the voicings are so unique in terms of this voicing. Something that you definitely gonna practice because there's a lot of stretching going on. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah. No, this one is, you probably recognize this one. This one is the 5-1-3-7. And this one's in the key of D. This one is kind of, you'd probably hear jazz guitar players would play this interval a lot because of the way in which the note is voiced. You've probably heard that before. So I'll just run through real quick. Yeah, somebody needs to practice. So that's the 5-1-3-7. Of course, you can download this PDF and practice it for yourself and use it. You know what I mean? That's the only way really to really get any use of these things is actually just practice and use them in your own music. So that's it. That's just 4 different exercises. Chord interval. Try them. Have fun with them. They're awesome. And that's my presentation. Any questions, anyone? No questions.
All right. Donald, just remove the screen share.
I just did it. It's not removed?
All right. I'm having a little bit of difficulty on my side. All right. So guys on Zoom, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Awesome. All right. I'm having a little bit of challenge on my side. So we're gonna go straight into the Q&A. All right.
Someone's asking me to play one of my songs.
All right.
Should I? May I?
Yes, man. Go
Okay.
right ahead.
Trying to figure out which one should I do. Okay, this one's called Try. And this one dedicated to Dwight Cunningham, because he is quite a motivated young chap.
Shattered dreams, shattered hopes, shattered hearts and shattered lives. Hoping you would advise all my works, I'll lose my pride. I will survive. Maybe I realize soon enough receive the prize. For you, I'll try. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. The way to truly fail is when you stop trying. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. Never stop. Come around in this place, wondering what I should do. lonely, feeling scared. Wow, I'm feeling kind of weird. Maybe I should grow my hair to be accepted in your crew. Well, I don't know what to do. You try, you try, you try and you try. You fail. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. Yo, live it up. All do them so we can win the cup. All the way them do them so we can make the cut. Seeking up in for the day that we will fail, you know that dies, but we're on the right trail. Hey, moving on, we're moving right along. The race is not the easy for the strong. It's for the man who live it every day, love it anyway. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. You try, you fail. 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 The way to truly fail is when you stop trying. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. You know what? Yo, when we say live it up, all do them so we can win the cup. All the way them do them so we can make the cut. Seeking up in for the day that will reveal, you know that God's mercy on the right trail. Hail, moving on, we're moving right along. The race is not for the swift, neither even for the strong. It's for the man who live it every day, love it anyway. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. Never stop trying. You try, you fail. You try, you fail. You try and you try. You
Awesome, awesome, man. Yeah, live it. All right, we're gonna go. Right, Livy, I know you're gonna take well, I'm gonna give Livy the second question. But I'm gonna ask Mr. Dwight Cunningham to turn on his video and his audio right now, and then we're gonna take Dwayne after. So Dwight.
Oh Lord, putting me on the
Bless
spot,
up, bless
man.
up. All right, bless up, bless up.
Yeah, man. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Not bad at all. I want you guys to talk about that bass, that monster
Oh
bass.
Lord, boy. Donald pushed my button. Yeah, he pushed. I'm about to get some work done in the shop now, but Donald, he challenged me. He have been watching my work, and he approached me. At the time when he approached me, I was actually in a luthier school. And so I was working on two bass. So he said, okay, he wanted to be filmed properly. So I should just take my time, complete those projects, and then work on his bass. But when he called me I was on the train and he started questioning me and he said, okay, you go to school, all right. So right there and then when he told me what he wanted, I said, okay, good. Consider it done. The bass is done already. He said, how? I said, because I'm an artist. So when I'm going to do a painting, I see the painting finished before I actually start the painting. And he said, like, wow. I said, oh, yes, but I'm going to make you a really nice bass. But during the process, a couple of days after, I said he wanted on he wanted a speedboard, a ramp. I said, so he want the pickup, he want the ramp between the pickup. I said, no. I said, put in the ramp between the pickup is an afterthought. Because we know bass, who pick up on a bass and put in the ramp is an afterthought. Why not just do a cover? But then he said he wanted a radius. I said, radius, I said, that one kind of hard. But anyway, he challenged me, he pushed my limit and get the work done. Yeah, so there was some little technical issue with pickups after the pickup came back to the company and changed it, but at the end of the day, it was built. And he was very pleased. This guy, he called me like every day. I said, I said, Donald, when you call this time, we're not going to talk about the bass, please. So I know, probably, he was really excited, but man, this guy actually like he live under my bed. He was very anxious. I said, yes, I can put your name on the headstock. So actually, Heat bass was the first signature bass. So from Heat bass, I've been getting quite a few 7-string orders. I have one that is way overdue now for England, and I have one for Canada, guy in Canada, and I have one for Jackie Jackson in Jamaica. That one is overdue too. So I have some few setbacks in my life, since I've been here. So that is the reason why. So if any of these guys are listening, are gonna watch it afterward. I apologize for the delay, but it's beyond my control. But Donald is the one who believes in me. Have never played my instrument before. I've never tried one. And for the caliber of musician, decided that okay, I'm gonna give you a try. I was really grateful, and he never looked back. He just keep pushing my product out there. So I'm very. He's a team leader, so I have to give all respect to him.
Dale Bryce is asking, what's the radius of that fretboard?
Oh, that's 18.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rather curvy.
And I think the string spacing also, the string spacing is I think it's 18. Cause you had one up to 17. I said you wanted to try experiment. I said okay, all right. So I contacted Gripshot and tell them I'm making a custom made instrument 17. So I want the bridge to be 18. And I said okay, consider it done.
All right. What about the electronics? Tell us something about the electronics.
The electronic in that bass is all Delano from Europe.
Okay.
Yeah. So so far, you hear what it sound like. Actually, when I done a bass was an experience and a very emotional experience. When I did Donald bass, I finished my course, and then I said I don't know how it will sound with that extra wood over the fingerboard with the radius. So anyway, that even I stay home late and my tutor leave. I said I want to hear if it's going to actually sound. So I put it in the pickup and try it, and man, I like wow. So he bass was quite a challenge because making a 7-string. I said, he said, what you can do it. I said, yeah, 7-string. I don't know if I can make a 7-string. to do it, you can do it. You can do it. Just believe in yourself, you can do it. And yes, I did it. And I never look back. So I think I'm on my 4th, 7th string now. And actually, I'm waiting on a part for Jackie Jackson. This is his one. This is the 7th string for Jackie Jackson. So yeah, so I'm working on his own. I'm waiting on a part to do some work on it. Yeah, so Donald really he pushed my button, man. When he got the bass, I think he was in Miami, he was going to Jamaica. And he was on that tree when he was demoing. And when I hear the guy start playing the chords, and I cried tears. I said, that really might be a song like that. Really acoustic. And like, wow. I mean, tears in my heart. I'm like, oh my God, it can make me cry. So, it was a really thrill experience for me. And that's the second time I've ever cried making an instrument. The first one when I did it in Jamaica, I have so much confidence. I normally, as a beginner, you make a 4-string with 1-piece neck and a bolt on. But I decided to take it to another level because I have so much confidence. I've been trying to build bass for a long time, since I was about 6. I wanted to make guitar. So I have so much confidence that I said, no, I'm going to make a 3-piece on the next show. So I challenged myself and I did it. And when I put the string onto the guitar before the fret actually went in, and I played it that night in my room, and feel like, oh my God, I can't believe I really did this. Yeah, so that bass really, it was very emotional to see that level accomplishment.
All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Conan. Bless up.
Yeah, man. Respect to all who are on the panel.
Yeah, man. And definitely next month, you'll be having your own show on the Network. So we're looking forward to that. All right?
Yeah, man.
So we're looking forward to that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bless up yourself.
As well. Yeah, man. Respect.
All right, sir. All right. Let's take Dwayne. Sir Dwayne Livingston.
General.
How you doing, brother? How you doing, Dwight?
Wow, go on, Dwayne.
I'm good, man.
I know.
Dwayne wanted to turn on your video. Are you able to? Yes, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for the
guys doing in a summer.
Yeah. For the guys who heard me talk about the that experience of School of Music, where I was I was reminded that I can't play music. This is the guy that did it, so let me just tell you guys that first.
I wonder if Donald remember that. Donald, you remember that situation?
I remember Dwayne and just seeing him play and being just blown away by his skill. You know what I mean? And still am.
Must have been years later, man. But my first experience, man, when I get to School of Music, I saw you play that 6-string bass, man. I was reminded that I'm not a musician. Because I went there telling people that I was I knew too much on the bass already. And they asked me what instrument I played. And tell them, and I was going to do the bass, but I know too much on the bass already, man. So, boy, you took out that 6-string bass, man, and when they asked me the question the second time, I tell them, I don't play anything, I don't play an instrument. Yeah. I can't do shot left there, cut the right wing. Maurice God took the second one. So they just easy after that. Whole idea is I want to ask about this is maybe for because we can ask you this off the air, but what gears you use to do the recording a while ago? It was really
cool. Very simple stuff. I'm using for the ultimate in terms of what you're hearing the preamps. I'm using the M Audio 2626, It's over there. You probably can see it. The rack there. Yeah, 2626. I know that Dwight know this one because he used a lot of MRD products too. So 2626. For the preamps for the microphone, I'm using the Yamaha AG06, which is just a little digital mixer, but it sounds super clean and it's super cheap. You know what I mean? I love it.
Well,
you know what I mean? And everything is run. I'm running all of the feeds through a stereo bus through my keyboard. The reason why I did that, I find this keyboard and the processors sound great. Everybody know that Motif and Yamaha keyboards just sound fantastic when it comes to the effects. So I run everything through the Yamaha and out through the M Audio, and of course I'm using Yamaha MOXF, and that's it. That's super easy, and of course cordial cables and stuff.
What you use for looping?
Looping, I'm using the boomerang pedals. Simple, 4-track looping.
It's really quite effective because I have a MG100 looper. The thing about it is, when I did my final recital the other day, I had a tune and I was supposed to do a loop, right? Yeah? I did a very funky bass line and play some stuff, right? After laying down this wicked bass line and going for the looper, my shoes just hit the other button and turned off the bass.
Oh my goodness!
This is a part of the show. I just do it over. But the whole idea is because it's the ease. I notice you're going for the loop. I'm asking.
Yeah, I find the reason why I like the boomerang looper because the buttons are spread out far enough that you hardly ever like miss and play because it's on a tier system where it's on a gradient. So if you're gonna play that button above it, you can't really accidentally touch the lower button. So there, in terms of design, fantastic design. Check out the boomerang loop, and actually they have a sale now on the website. You can go check it out and grab yourself one.
Okay. Yeah, man. I always respect your drive and the way you go after stuff and fearlessly and just go after anything you want, even if it might be scary at first. Just go after it, grab the bull by the arms and just get it done. Yeah, that's inspiring to hear and see, man.
Well, Dwayne, you are constant inspiration for me. Trust me, you're kicking my butt every day when I listen to you and what you're playing these days. Trust me, I sometimes I feel like just dash on my bass and go play something else.
No, my God.
Welcome, Mr. Fletcher, Mr. Mike Fletcher. Welcome.
Welcome too. Yes, man. See the stars in action. Mr. Waugh doing what he normally does best.
How you doing, Fletcher?
I'm saying keyboard, bass, and all of these things. I don't know. Boy, I tell you. So where's the RLJ? Is that the RLJ I'm seeing there?
Yes, sir. RLJ S7 in the... See that?
You see, Chris? I'm telling you, what can I tell you?
Definitely.
I want to be like Donald when I grow up, I want to...
Yeah. Stop it, man.
Like
we can't remember that, see?
All of these expensive high-end basses from Dwight Cunningham brand here, what can I say? However, I think... let me just dust off mine.
Exactly.
Exactly. No, but come on, this doesn't compare to what do you have there done on an 8-string? Dwight Cunningham
7-string. 7-string Dwight.
Oh, no, I can't. I'm embarrassed to take it out. I have 1 string less. I have 1 string less, but it's here. It is what it is. Here it is. Yes, Mr. Cunningham.
Whoa.
Sure.
But as I said, when you look on Donald's own, also, Donald's the one that gave me the inspiration, by the way. You see, I saw playing his own, but not that one, because Donald has many basses, as you know, Chris. I don't know if he told you the secret. He has many Cunningham basses on his collection, So it's one day when I was going through Facebook and I saw him playing this bass. He was dressed, I think, in a blue sweater Donald, you were
Right.
playing
I
that
was
on
playing,
someone's lawn.
playing. Right. I was in front of a old beat up garage.
Yes, all beat up garage. And I said, what is this bass? This is a petite bass. And I said, no, man. And this by this time, you know, so I had my money to buy my laptop. And because of Donald, I just said, let me cancel that now and switch in getting a Conan bass. And then here it is.
Wow.
After seeing what Donald has done. So I blame Donald for all of this. And I can't complain because I'm very happy to have it that Dwight took time to deal with it, professionally speaking. So, you know, but definitely Donald is the trendsetter.
Yes,
Boy,
sir.
thank you very
All
much.
right, Sir Fletcher. I am going to give you a chance, Mr. Fletcher, to ask Donald one question that you would have wanted to ask him concerning his musical journey.
Oh, are you planning to return to Jamaica to give some bass talks, lessons, or anything pertaining to the Donald Waugh Foundation?
Definitely, 100%. Actually, a matter of fact, I was supposed to do a workshop at University of Technology with lecturer Kieran Murray, but we ended up doing it over the internet through Zoom because of the whole travel restriction. But yeah, I'm absolutely. I'd love to do more of that. I enjoy teaching and imparting too. I'm out of practice. I've honestly not been playing my bass as much as you know, the last presentation was a disaster. I don't know my scales. But anyway, you know, that's one of the reasons why I love having Dwayne in Canada, because Dwayne is highly motivated when it comes to practice and practicing his bass. And it keep me feeling very embarrassed. Head hurt me. Belly
I agree
ache.
with that.
Yeah, man.
Likewise.
You know,
when I see, I see Dwayne play, I have to just pause a second. So, okay, all right. Then. You have the highway.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
you get belly aches.
Yeah,
But the thing I find myself practicing a whole lot more of, though, is composition. Like, I've been writing a lot of songs, you know what I mean, a lot of composition, and you know this, you know, I'll be shooting a MP3 year away and say, listen to this and whatever, but I've been writing a heck of a lot and kind of focusing my energy on songwriting and composition, which is a whole muscle in itself, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's okay.
All right. Awesome, guys.
Okay.
We have some other guests on Zoom. We have Harry Kev, Jermaine Francis, Nigel, and Sashiel Thompson. You guys can ask your question, ask Donald your question as we go along. All right? All right, guys? So, Mr. Cunningham, I didn't get a question from you as it relates to Donald. What question would you ask Donald right now? If you should ask him anything about his musical journey, what would that be?
Wow. It wouldn't be a question because he's an accomplished musician. I would encourage him to continue do what he's doing, because he have really break the ground for Jamaican musician in terms of the show export in America. NAM, yeah, he have break that trend.
Oh, he has been to NAM.
Oh,
NAM,
yes.
He's a NAM musician, so yeah.
Yeah, he's a NAM musician, just numbing up the whole of NAM.
yeah, man. So,
Numb up the NAM.
I congratulate man. See the NAM thing come like bread and butter now for him. He's well known. So I feel proud that he's a Jamaican that really setting the trend for quite a few musicians right now who want to get into NAM. Yeah, so he's a NAM guy around here.
All right, Donald, tell us about the NAM experience.
Well, I started going to the NAM show
with my bass.
Yeah.
Yes, with the
I
fun
think
and bass.
actually, actually, I went to the NAMM show the second time I visited the NAMM show. I think it was with the Cunningham bass. No, the first time was with nothing. I didn't have anything. Actually, was saving up to purchase a bass amp at the NAMM show. Because you know, when you go to the NAMM show, you can get things cheap because it's literally the distributor and the actual factory coming and displaying, so they'll give it for cost. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy myself like a Mark bass or something. There, as I step in there, I met up with a matter of fact, I went to the wing bass booth, and Andy Brown, one of the CEO of Wing Bass, saw me and said, "Hey, aren't you Donald?" And he actually knew me from my videos online. I said, "Come check out the booth." So I went over there and I was trying out the wing bass. And my wife, she shot a little video of me playing the wing bass and uploaded it on Facebook, and it went viral, like 20,000 views in like a day or so. And it was just blowing up. So the wing bass guy said, "Look, you need to take home a wing bass." And I was just kidding, you know what I mean? So end up shipping me a wing bass for me to actually try it and see if I actually enjoy it. So I tried it out for a while, and I sent it back. And but before that, all that happened, I still needed a bass amp, right? So he introduced me to Phil Jones, which is from Phil Jones Bass. And so, you know, you have a bunch of bass amps just laid out there. So I grabbed an instrument and start noodling around on the bass, and a crowd gathered. And Phil Jones came over and said, "Talk to me at the end of the NAMM show." So I'm like, "Why would you want me to talk to him at the end of the NAMM show?" I said, "Anyway." So I went around, continued instruments and stuff, and I almost forgot to swing my chat, and he said, "Oh yeah, I have a bass amp there for you." But he said, "All I need you to do, just when you do your video, just make sure the bass amp is shown in the video." And we're good. Have a good day. Seriously, he just handed me a bass amp. And it was one of those double four, the portable bass amp. It was an amazing tone. I still have it there. And I got back home, and he emailed me and said, "What else can I do for you?" So I was like, "What else could he do for me? I already have a bass amp now. This little thing is amazing. I'm like doing solo gigs and stuff with it." And so I ignored the email. So anyway, he emailed me again until he eventually called me and said, "Donald, what else can I do for you?" So I'm saying, "All right, what the heck does that even mean?" So my wife said to me, "Ask him for a much bigger bass amp, like a a double tier, double four, you know what I mean, like, you know, double stack." So I said, "All right, yeah, I have nothing to lose." So I asked him for, you know, a double stack with 4 cones and a head and some headphones. Why not? I threw in some headphones. And he just asked me for my address, and he sent it. Like, I was shocked out of my wits. Of course, he sent a contract for an endorsement deal for a year. So he sent me more gear after that, Phil Jones stuff, and that's how I started that relationship with Phil Jones Bass. And from that point on, you know, I start, you know, going to now more often now. So the next time I wanted, I went with the RLJ6, which Sir Cunningham sent. And I tried that bass out, and I'm like, I was supposed to send it back, but eventually just keep it. Anyway, so I went to the NAMM show with it, and people were just, "Yo, what is this?" You know what I mean? I was playing in everybody's booth, and it started to get a buzz, you know? And that's how Dwight Cunningham's name is out there, you know, you know, in that way. And so everything kind of spiraled, you know what I mean? And I met up with Optima String. I got pretty much strings for life, you know what I mean? I got straps for every single instrument. So honestly, it's like, you know, one thing I found out with life, sometimes you have absolutely nothing, and you're like, "Man, how come there's nothing not going on for me?"
And then all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then you feel like you won't give up. But
Yeah,
I can
right,
I
right.
can encourage anybody. Don't give up. Just keep your head
Right.
straight, focus. Cause when God ready for bless, him to play. You know what I mean? No for bless.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, it's
So true.
spiral one after the other, one after the other. And the thing is, one somebody bless me, ask Dwight. I go all out for them, right? And you know what I mean, and companies see that I give even more than what they give me. And you know what I mean, so it's a very good relationship that way. And of course, playing at the NAM show, and then as it start being asked to actually do demonstration, and then finally,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, I getting sponsored financially. So you know what I mean, it take time, for your name to out there, and it's funny when I saw Andrew Goucher for the very first time at NAM show. I was like a fanboy, you know what I mean? Everybody
Wow.
must know Andrew Goucher.
Jeez.
And I saw Andrew
Oh
Goucher
my
with this
God.
massive crowd around him. Everybody trying to get his autograph, trying to get a selfie, whatever. So I kind of just stand back and wait until the crowd kind of petered on before because I wanted to at least say one or two words to him. And I went over to him before I could open my mouth. He said, "Donald Waugh?" I said, "Yeah, Andrew Goucher." He said, "I know you from all your videos, man. You
Wow.
make some amazing videos."
He already.
He knew me from before I even
Wow.
step up. So from that point, me and Andrew Goucher are
How
buddies.
did you feel about that?
I was pretty shocked
What was the
that
feeling like?
it was a familiar feeling because pretty much everybody at NAM, not everybody, but quite a few people at the NAM show, especially first and second, people already kind of knew me, and after a while they start tagging me with the wing bass because as I said to you, the wing bass went viral, so I was known the wing bass guy. People come over me and say, "Are you the wing bass guy?" You know what I mean? So I was the
Okay.
wing bass guy
Mm-hmm.
for a very long time. Matter of fact, I'm on tour and people come over and say, "Hey, aren't you the wing bass guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." It went that badly. So the wing bass kind of put me on the map, and then the whole Cunningham thing, with the video with me standing in front of the the garage that
Garage,
went
yes. Yeah,
that went like quarter of a
yeah,
million
that's my
views.
start. Yeah,
That's just
that's my
crazy,
start.
you
Yeah,
know.
that's my start. Mm-hmm.
So it
But he even take the bass to Michael Tobias Butch.
yeah, that
And
was
give it to Andrew Grosset and even behind the bass player.
yeah, man.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, nice,
Wow.
nice.
Wow.
It's been the NAM show has been a huge help for many artists. You know what I mean? Want to kind of get in the mix
Mm-hmm.
of things. Because with the manufacturers, of course, it work hand in hand because a lot of these manufacturers have a very large audience as well, and they'll do clinics and stuff like that, and they'll fund these clinics and things. So it's another avenue where you can make a living and make a name for yourself as a musician. So believe me, there are so many ways to do this music thing. People think that you have to be touring with major artists or you have to be doing a particular
Mm-hmm.
thing. There are a ton of different ways. Look at Dwight. Dwight decided he wanted to be a luthier, and
Right,
he just go do it.
right.
You know what I mean? So the music business is once you can put in hard work. Dwayne Livingston is another example. He just works damn hard. People say, but he's talented. Yeah, I could say he's talented. But maybe he has a talent for hard work. You know what I mean? Once you can put
Okay.
in hard work, you're good.
All right. All right. We have some more persons on Zoom. Guys, we're inviting you to ask your question. Donald is here to answer. All right. Jeremy, Nigel, Sashiel, Harry, Daniel Edwards. Guys, do we have a question?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
All right, Sashiel, Samson.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Good night, good
As
morning.
as a multi-instrumentalist, how do you schedule your practice? Like, what instruments do you practice first? What do you practice when you're practicing those instruments? Like those sort of stuff, you know?
To be quite honest with you, I try to practice the instrument that I'm the least good at. And so I practice piano because piano is like my worst instrument. And I practice ukulele, which is worse than that, you know what I mean? So I find myself not really practicing the bass as much. I do practice the bass, but I've been practicing the bass for so many years, 20 odd years. So, you know, right now it's more trying to get a handle of the piano and get a handle on the ukulele and writing a bunch of songs. But there's no method to the madness. I just get up every day and just try and do something. I think the best person when it comes to scheduled practice would probably be Dwayne. He's the master of practice. You know, hence why his technique is so brilliant. But yeah, I practice every day. Honestly, I'll put in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. But it won't be concentrated time practicing scales or chords or whatever. It's gonna be like maybe 4 hours of practicing technique, and then the rest of the time, the other 4 is songwriting and in the studio recording and mixing and stuff like that. So yeah, that's more my schedule in terms of just music creation and trying to be a better musician.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I hope that answers your question.
All right. Bless up, Sashiel. All right. Any other questions?
Anybody out there?
This is how Zoom can be, guys. A little bit lonely at times. The guys sometimes they just shut off and don't ask questions.
Audio went. No, I can't hear
Yeah,
anybody.
man.
Yeah. Question, Donna, how many Cunningham basses do you have?
Can anybody hear me?
Donald? Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Right, we can hear you. I have a question.
He's not hearing us. You hearing me, Mr. Flesh? He's not hearing.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
not
hear
hearing
you.
nothing.
I don't know why Donald is. Yeah, what? I'm not sure why Donald is not hearing us.
I don't know. I can hear you, Chris.
Yeah, okay, sir. All right, Mr. Fletcher, tell us, in the meanwhile, Donald is working on.
Can you hear me, Chris?
Yes, we can hear you. Are you hearing us?
No.
He's not able to hear us.
Well, something.
I don't know why.
I was asking how many Cunningham basses does he own?
Well, Mr. Dwight, maybe the best person.
Mr. Cunningham?
All right, let me call him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
How many Cunningham basses does Mr. Waugh have in his possession, sir, for your brand Cunningham basses, sir?
We have 2. 6
2,
and
okay.
7.
Oh, 6 and 7. Okay. Donald, can you hear us?
But he tuned the 6 like a 7 string.
And tune the 6 like a 7. You mean high C, G, D?
Yeah.
No,
So
C.
you take out the B string.
So you start from the E, go up to the F.
Yeah. So yeah.
So E, A, D, G, C. E, A, D, G, C.
I think it's like F sharp. I don't remember. Yeah. So watching him playing it, there's something not right about that bass. How you getting that note in that part of the bass? Yeah. So he took off the B string.
Right.
Yeah, he took off the B and tuned it like a 7. And string it like a 7.
Alright, so it's E, A, D, G, C, F, B. So the low B turn high B now.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to ask Daniel just to play us out. with this tune, and then we will be closing off the live YouTube stream. But please stay on Zoom.